Hey, Zach. I'm not familiar with your firm, but one of your talents, Greg Plitt, would like to have him in for the part of, General's aide, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, let me check the schedule, make sure he can. What are the dates on that? These are the dates. I don't know. It might be a problem. Let me get back to you. And so just arrogant to the end, man. Just shove it. Because at the end of it all, I've already won. Meaning I showed up. I showed up. I'm not defined by the success of it. I define the success. Success is very dangerous, guys. Because as soon as you achieve it, the coin flips usually for most people. Because their whole life is about, tangible items. The money, the houses, the cars. They work their ass off to build it. And once they have it, the flip of the coin happens. All those things they earned now defines them. It's the saddest thing. You see it over and over again. You heard those expressions, don't forget where you came from? Yep. Yeah? That's not being humble. That's not about being polite. It means you've climbed the ladder. You've walked through the mud of life to get to the higher ground. There's no path to easy street that doesn't go through the sewer. You've done that due diligence with no one around you. Because they all called you crazy. Once you've gotten there, right? Don't forget where you came from. That's not about looking down on everybody and being nice to them all. No. If you don't forget who this person was and where you are, it's not the end, yet the intermission to where you still can go. And it's not your age, because with every door that shuts, like these covers and stuff are going to end for me soon, because I'm getting old. And that shuts, another door opens. It's always a challenge. And as soon as a challenge is lost, guys, your will is dead. There's no reason to get up in the morning. When I get up in the morning, guys, I've done some things in my life. I should be proud of it. Yes, I'm proud of it, and I've learned so many lessons to be the person I am now, but I'm not defined by it. I'm just equipped by it to have the knowledge, so what comes up next, that fork in the road, I can apply what I've learned to make the best decision forward. That's all it's about. But I look in the mirror, man, and anxiety fills me. I look in there, I'm like, it's like, and I'm not hungover or anything, man. I'm just like, I'm just straight up like, every morning I beat myself up. Because I don't know that there's enough time. I believe in myself so much that there's more I can do. I'm at the tip of the iceberg. There's more I can be. But I'm just sitting there, I'm like, isn't enough time? 36 years old, man. Starting to feel the aches a little bit, What am I going to do today? How am I going to make it happen? That's my biggest fear. But everything I'm doing is not about this success or that success. It's to build an impact. That you've walked this fucking earth. You were here. There's footprints behind you of motivation. Others can follow when you're dead and gone to pursue greatness in their own theater of life. It's the eulogy of life. One day, someone's going to speak on your behalf when you're dead and gone. What are they going to say? No one's going to talk about money. I've never been to a funeral. This guy right here, man, has so much money, dude. Man, so much money. Bitches everywhere. Have you ever heard someone say that at a funeral? No, what they do, they're sitting there with tears in their eyes, man. And I'm like, this guy, man, saved my life 12 years ago. I can't thank him enough. This guy right here. I can't repay him. But I'm going to make sure my son knows his name. And all the lessons I learned from him, I passed. That's what we're talking about, guys. That's the life, man. That's when you're living. Not just alive, waiting for it to pass by. My website, man, it talks about the gym, It has nothing to do about the gym. Why is it about the gym? Because the gym's the fairest form of society. Non-subjective. No one can give it to you or take it away. So in that arena, we get to build things. And I'm not talking about the body. I'm talking about the arsenal to go to war with. That arsenal are things like integrity, honor, character, discipline, sacrifice, due diligence, sweat equity. To see it through. The difference is not the genetic code, the potential. It's a guy that's willing to get knocked down, finally test on fortune, stand back up, the perseverance to see it through, the never say die attitude. In the gym, we build that. We get up at 5:30 in the morning, it's pissing rain outside. Our competition's sleeping. I love that. I'm getting ahead of these fuckers. I go in there, man, and I'm pushing it. So one, check the box, I showed up. But then each single set, my body starts to cramp, the pain starts to come in. But I wanted 8 reps. I'm struggling at 6. What do? I either get a spot, I push past it. Because we don't grow until we fail in the gym. Oh, isn't that funny? Failure's growth. So if we don't fail in the gym, we can't grow in the gym. In life, if we're not willing to fail, we're never going to be willing to succeed. So in this process of the gym, we go there, days in, days out. We're feeling this natural high. We're building our body better. We're getting a little more energy, getting a little bit more arm strength, chest strength, dick strength maybe, I don't know. Start to look at us differently. They see us coming back from the gym or a run at 6 in the morning, exhausted, yeah. They're looking out the window, with their robe on, their coffee, the pathetic ass life. And what are they saying? This guy's a crazy, he's running's crazy, man. Crazy, man. And they sit down and go, oh, all right, honey, I'll see you later. I have to go to work. Oh, I hate work. You shouldn't hate it. Because up until now, every single thing you've done has created that. There's no mistakes in life. If you don't like where you are right now, turn around and look at what you've done. You built every single step to create this. No accidents. No accidents. Just taking the easy road too many times, not getting up, not going for that extra rep, putting that extra mile in, the little inches of life that add up to be first place or forgotten. But above all, as we look in the mirror, we're sitting there, we're like, yeah, man. Yeah. Sexual company here. No, we're seeing our body, right? We're like, wow, man, that's me, man. I did that, man. I did that. So yeah, we can transform our body from A to B. But what we didn't know just happened. We transform our mentality, our confidence, that anything's possible. These character building blocks, this arsenal we built in a non-subjective environment. We sharpened each one of them. We're ready to go to war in the subjective nature because these things that hold true in the gym hold true in all theaters of life. And in your careers from mailroom to CEO, to being a good husband, a good wife, to be somebody in society that's a role model that doesn't just talk it but walks it, puts action behind their words. Then you see other people in the gym that try to cut their corners, taking steroids or anything else. Forget the health risks of that. It's the mindset risk of that. You're learning to cut the corner. Cutting the corner. You miss the whole value of going to the end, making a left turn, and going the full corner. What is in the full corner is this confidence we just grew in the gym. You can't take a pill to get that. You can't go down to Walmart aisle 4 and buy that bitch. No, you have to build that. And the thing is, the most desirable assets in the world are within reach for everybody. You just got to work for them. And people don't want to work for them. But in this gym environment, we do. We build it. We know what struggle is. We know what adversity is. We know what failure is. We know they are friends. We know that that's what grew the ability, grew the body, grows the wealth. And if the wealth runs out, no worries, we'll grow it again. It's the EK fucking G of life, up and down. Who are you at the top? Who are you at the bottom? Better be the same motherfucker. Because if not, then you're defined by success. That's like winning the lottery, guys. Hope it doesn't run out, because you're fucked. Take a guy that can earn $1. Forever wealthy. Because no matter what comes, he can grow it back. What is that about? The willpower, the belief, the confidence. And just like you go to the gym and you lift your muscles, right? You have to exhaust them to grow them. Perishable, use it or lose it. Your confidence must be the same way. It must be tested every single day. Safety, comfort zones are dead zones because your true potential will never be matched, guys. Will never be matched. You have to continue to push yourself. And when you push yourself, like I saw when I was out and about here at Gold Coast with you guys, I saw excellence in the community effort. Maybe just the directional path was off. That's where we want to go. Maybe because the company says we've got to do this, society says we've got to do this. Got to do that. I go this way. You guys start to build together. Surround yourself with excellence. A lot of people are worried about their friends. Worried about this or that. You know, I don't want to be lonely. I don't want to be that. Go to your true path. You're going to meet people along the way at the top of the ladder that share your beliefs. It's going to build you. The community effort. That's what it was like in the military, guys. I went to the military, and one of the greatest jobs in the world, man, because you're working with people. The leadership. And in leadership, I saw many examples of good leadership. And I saw far more of bad leadership. And I learned from both. What not to do, what to do. Then I practiced it. I had a choice in high school as a wrestler, right? And 2-time state champ and, you know, national runner-up twice. And so, you know, I got a bunch of scholarships for wrestling and stuff, wherever I wanted to go. My sister went to the Naval Academy. I was living in Baltimore, Maryland, so Naval Academy is really close. I saw her come back from 1 year there. Knew her for 14 years, 15 years growing up. Hated her. You know, that's how a brother or sister used to hate each other. She comes back from the Naval Academy, and she's walking. Her shoulders are rolled back. She's walking on the tips of her toes, moving with a purpose, man. I was just so impressed by the figure of this person. That's my sister. I was like, man, the healthy scholarships. I want that. I want a piece of that. It was about, you know, a 2-year process. You got to get congressional appointments, and there's only a few people, 5 people per state that gets into this. And I mean, it's really competitive. So I got into the Naval Academy. And then at the finals of high school nationals, the West Point coaches came up to me and said, hey, you know you got a congressional bid for West Point too. I go, no, man, you know, I don't want to go to West Point, because that's up in New York. You know, I want to go to Naval Academy. My sister's there, my family, my best friends, you know, they're in Baltimore. You know, they're always going to be there. You know, that's my biggest asset. My biggest, you know, strength is my family and stuff. And so the coach goes, I see how it is. Yeah, so you just can't be alone, huh? And I started thinking about that comment, man. I'm only, you know, 17 years old. And at that point still, I look forward. I go, what does 4 years give me? I go to the Naval Academy. My sister's there. I got support. If I really need some help, my parents are right there. I had all these things that helped build who I was. I didn't know how to be anyone without them. I never saw them as a crutch. I saw them all as assets, assets, assets. I need them, I need them, I need them. It wasn't until that comment I said, I need to grow up. I need to walk the shadows of life knowing if I fall, it's okay. I learned to catch myself. Those are lessons you never forget. Then I thought about West Point. I was scary, on my own. Big fear, Phil. Big fear. And once that fear was developed, I knew if I didn't face it, it would rob me from who I wanted to be. So at that point, I didn't have a choice anymore. I went to West Point because I figured 4 years of being on my own, getting knocked on my ass, finding intestinal fortitude to stand back up, trying to get knocked down again, continue to try and fail, ensuring I never fail to try. In 4 years, I'd be the character, the person I always wanted to be. I need to go through that pain to be that person. So therefore, when I went through the pain, I welcomed it. It was a glue of transformation. I wasn't trying to run from it. I was head first into it. If I wasn't feeling the pain, I knew I wasn't changing. In the gym, if I don't feel the pain, I'm not growing. If I don't feel the pain, the pressure of society, I don't know where my weak links in the chain of life are to repair them. 4 years of that. I figured I'd be the damn man. But what happens with that, then you graduate West Point. And then you go into the military. There's different facets to the military. I chose the Army Rangers. Why? Because it's the path less traveled. The hardest path to go. More character building there. I'm living once. I'm going to live where I want to live. Because I know every rock. And every step and the steepness of the mountain, I'm going to grow more and more from that. I became addicted to it. Pain, if I wasn't feeling it, I didn't know if I was alive. Went through Ranger School, graduated Ranger School, 70 days. Went in at 215, best shape of my life, came out at 163. You know, I was sweating this green film, his muscles just being ripped apart. Delusional, there's no food. Your mission starts at 5 in the morning, ends at 6 a.m. the next day. You know, trucking 120 miles a day, jumping out of planes, got all this weight on your back, it's pissing rain, snowing on you, whatever else, pushing past